Greetings and salutations, good people. Welcome back for part 2 of this refutation. There is an incredible amount of dirt to get through in his original video, so please forgive me if on occasion I post a video that isn't about this subject. I will get through it all, it's just that sometimes a break will be needed. As you can see in here, I've changed up the visuals and tweaked the sound for a better experience. The render times have increased, but I'm improving my workflow somewhat to partially counter this. But it looks way better, no? Anyway, on with the show. The other small changes here, instead of cutting out each individual fact, I've let him say them all in one go, and we'll address each in turn after. Right, off you go, Nathan.
Accelerometer, Ares failure, airplane level flight, Elias effect, ambient light, Alphine waves, ancient civilization, angular size of Mercury, Antarctic treaty, Antarctica's pictures, astroarchaeology, astrolabes, astronauts drowning in space, azimuthal equidistant maps used by the USGS.
Let's start with a quick explanation of why George Biddle Airy conducted this experiment in the first place. When it was first discovered that light acted as a wave, it was thought to require a medium to propagate through, much like sound waves and those in water. Seeing as light could travel through a vacuum, it was posited that a previously undetected medium was present, that of the luminiferous aether. Because the aether was presumed to be nearly absolutely stationary, various experiments were proposed and carried out in the 1800s to detect this, one of which is Airy's failure. His experiment was designed to detect the presence of the aether, not the motion of the Earth. The way he designed it relied on the knowledge that the Earth is moving. It didn't detect the ether, hence why it's called Airy's failure. Again, you are just cherry-picking and quote-mining information to fit your narrative. You took a statement like the Earth is not moving through a luminiferous ether and dishonestly shortened it to the Earth is not moving. The reason aircraft don't have to constantly dip their noses down is because of all the forces, drag, gravity, lift and thrust acting on them constantly means that they don't have to. This is very well explained by Cool Hard Logic's video entitled World of Batshit 7 Gravity. Go watch that and learn. The Allais effect, named after the French physicist and economist Maurice Allais, reported unusual behaviour of a Foucault pendulum during a solar eclipse. The experiment has never been fully independently verified in the 66 years since he reported it. Even if it was verified, how can you use this as evidence for a flat Earth? Surely it's more of a proof of gravity. And yes, I called you Shirley. You can't even pronounce his name correctly, it's Allais, not Elias. So much for thoroughly doing your own research, eh? Well, I couldn't find anything that mentions ambient light as a proof of a flat Earth. Are you sure you're not just throwing things into this list to make it seem like you have overwhelming amounts of evidence? Seems like you're clutching at straws already. Again, it seems you're just throwing in anything that sounds sciencey. Unless I misheard what you said or you mispronounced it, which wouldn't be the first time in this list, I can't see how magnetohydrodynamic waves found in plasma have anything to do with the shape of the Earth. I'm detecting increasing levels of obfuscation here. So, just because these ancient civilizations that didn't have the means to travel far enough and therefore didn't really have the need to worry about the shape of the Earth made drawings of a flat Earth means it's flat. Really? Again? So, following similar logic, just because some of these civilizations use smoke signals to communicate over large distances, that means mobile phones are fake. Human knowledge has expanded immensely over the centuries and millennia since then. Do try to keep up. Mercury would have to be pretty tiny to be able to pass in front of a small local sun under a dome, wouldn't it? So forget the angular size of it for a moment and concentrate on working out its actual diameter. We have it's 4,879.4 kilometres. Oh, sorry, I forgot you don't understand kilometres. That's 3,031.9 miles. Any change in its angular size in the night sky is expected and predicted by the globe model. Show how the flat Earth model does the same. No, wait, you don't have one. I've read it all. I can't find the part that says I can't go. Maybe you can give everyone the precise article number where it states this. Or are you referring to some super secret treaty that no one knows about? If so, how did you or anyone else find out about it? Please explain. As for the photos, there's loads of photos showing boats at various ice shelves. You state that it's proof of the ice wall but never show any proof of this beyond saying, "But it is." The study of how ancient civilizations built places like Stonehenge with relation to the movements of the sun and moon in the sky also seems to have little relevance to flat Earth. It is also mostly researched as a side project by people who have skill sets outside of archaeology. They don't bother to research what is known, understood and accepted about these cultures and civilizations. They then proceed to spread their own theories, which are usually way off the mark. Kind of reminds me of another group of people. A device created in ancient Greece to solve many astrology problems of the time, and one of many things you claim proves a flat Earth because, and I quote, "it can't work on a globe Earth," without ever providing a reason why it can't. Prove that they can't. And by the way, technology has moved on significantly since then. Again, do try to keep up. Referring to the Italian astronaut, where a leak in an internal system led to his completely sealed suit filling up with water. At a guess. I presume you think it's proof he was in a swimming pool or some such guff. If I'm right about what you think, then you need to prove it. Don't try to turn it back onto me or others by saying we need to prove he wasn't in a pool, cause as you and your ilk keep incorrectly saying, how do we prove a negative? This has been thoroughly destroyed by countless people time and time again. I do have one question though. Why do you claim things like the UN has it on their logo to hide the truth in plain sight, as proof of a conspiracy, use it in highly flawed demonstrations of how the sun and moon move above the flat plane, yet when the flaws are pointed out to you or you're asked about inconsistencies stemming from its use, you respond with, well, you're using the wrong map. It can't be both proof and the incorrect map at the same time. Sort yourselves out. And this brings an end to part 2. Thanks again for watching this far. If you enjoyed it, then do all the usual stuff with the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time.